Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now September 6th of 2022, and not only are we getting closer to Star Wars Andor, but also let's not forget about the fact that we are also getting very near to the Bad Batch Season 2, Tales of the Jedi, and other Star Wars TV shows out there that's gonna really end the 2022 year before we head into next year, which is the real deal. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new Star Wars universe is that both, of course, Jon and Dave are working around the clock to really revitalizing Star Wars Legends, to really bring it back into the equation, to really make it become canon. And they're going to be taking a lot of highlights from the Throne Trilogy, the new Jedi Order books, Dark Empire, Shadows of the Empire. I mean, there's so many examples there of what they are about to throw in Star Wars Ahsoka, Mando 4, and a whole lot more as well. Now that brings us to exactly where we are today. Now we already know that Kathleen Kennedy is going through a lot of problems with the Acolyte series, and given that she was having a lot of setbacks, that's when Disney executives decided to actually step in and pretty much change the overall supervision of the series, giving, of course, Favreau and Lucas a lot of power over 5 episodes of the Acolyte series to really give it a brand new take on the show. Now, with that being said, alright, it doesn't end there, since Jon Favreau has been given this big-time promotion over at Lucasfilm about a month and a half ago, give or take. He has really been making a lot of changes behind the scenes over at the company to really regulate the franchise and make it all the more attractive to the fan base. So with that being said, what's really exciting is that with both Jon and Dave beginning to improve the Star Wars brand, with each show they are developing, Kathleen Kennedy is actively working on her series, The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. However, just recently, Jon Favreau recently got a big-time promotion over at Lucasfilm, all thanks to the Disney executives stepping in and allowing him to make key decisions for the franchise. Now, it's described that the most recent change that Favreau made behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm is that he is in the process of hiring an entirely new team to work on The Mandalorian 4, along with other shows that are going to actually weed out previous employees that were loyal to Kathleen Kennedy. Now, these are said to be those that were at Lucasfilm back when George Lucas was still involved, that will strictly be working on the 4th season of Mando, and that Jon will also be hiring new creators to come on board of the next phase of Star Wars TV shows that have more experience with the franchise and its lore. So keep in mind here that this is basically Favreau cleaning up house over at Lucasfilm, really making room for more experienced creators, employees, to really steer things in the right path for the overall Star Wars franchise. Now, it doesn't end there, because Favreau is also making a lot of changes to other eras or timelines, if you will, of the Star Wars universe, given that there are well over a dozen eras that Star Wars is actually going to embrace with the new universe. Favreau and Filoni are making sure of that. Now, beyond all of this, what's even all the more exciting about what Favreau is doing here is the fact that he is going to be allowing creators and employees that were only loyal to George Lucas to actually become a part of The Mandalorian 4. Now, additionally, on top of that, Favreau is also in the process of canceling other High Republic-related content that Kathleen Kennedy was pushing that is now going to, of course, introduce this beloved era to other fans that may not be familiar with, of course, which is going to be the Old Republic to replace the High Republic in the Star Wars universe. So there's another prime example of what's happening with Lucasfilm as a company, all thanks to Favreau and Filoni, is that Old Republic content is now going to take over High Republic material. And that really does speak volumes, because it just goes to show you that there's a lot of changes happening, all thanks to Favreau and Filoni. They realize that the High Republic is not all that beloved by the majority of fans. You know, it has some fans that support it, and if you guys do, that's fine. But in the actual literal sense here, when you look at the franchise, a lot of fans favor the Old Republic over the High Republic, and there's multiple reasons why. So, moving past all of this too, alright, what's even all the more exciting is exactly what Favreau is also doing on another level, is that another change that Favreau is actively involved in is described to be hiring an entire new crew for the second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi that is labeled as a soft reboot. Now, this is said to involve entire new visual artists, co-writers, directors, and more that will be involved, including Stuart Beattie, the original writer of the Kenobi movie trilogy, coming back for Season 2, who originally created that trilogy that was cancelled by Kennedy. Now, this was all done by Favreau and is trying his best to make the second season run by passionate creators only, this time around for the fans. Now, Favreau will also be hiring George Lucas to get involved as a co-writer for multiple new Star Wars shows that are already in the early stages, that will be officially announced next year. Now, Favreau's promotion was all made possible thanks to Bob Chapek, the Disney CEO, in order to achieve new results for the Star Wars franchise and more. Now, the thing about this too that I think a lot of fans really need to be aware of is the fact that given that Favreau is really hiring new creators to become a part of Kenobi, and of course, as Lucasfilm as a whole, to really handle the Star Wars franchise in a very different light moving ahead, we also have a lot of things working its way into The Mandalorian 4, the Ahsoka series, and a whole lot more on the horizon that we will be learning more about at Celebration next year. So keep your eyes open for that, because Celebration really is going to be a game changer. It's probably going to be the best one under Disney's wing, without a doubt, because of the number of announcements, exactly what they will be announcing, and of course the unexpected that they are currently planning as well. So the other thing that I do want to touch on here real quick that's very important is the fact that Kathleen Kennedy, just be aware, has very little creative power right now. She's only involved in the 4 episodes of The Acolyte and the entire Skeleton Crew show, which, by the way, that's currently filming. Skeleton Crew is best described as Stranger Things in space. They plan to end filming sometime by the new year, and they want to get this thing out, give or take, by the fall of 2023. That's what they're trying to aim for. You know, if they can get it out earlier, so be it, but it's not looking likely. It's looking like the fall of next year, give or take maybe October, November the latest. So that's, everything ranging from what Favreau is changing over at Lucasfilm. I think that the best thing out of all of this is the fact that he is hiring new creators to come on board of the continuation of the Kenobi series. And we already talked about this in the last post, that it is going to be used as a soft reboot. And to me, I think that's fantastic news, given that, a lot of fans were very unhappy with the way things went by Deborah Chow and Joby Harold, and what happened with Season 1 specifically. So, overall, guys, I would love to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear